It's a chilly one this morning. That temperature has dropped quite a bit overnight, and that's something that we need to keep his eyes on as well. I know we all want to start and get back into seed sowing and get things on the way, but depending on your personal situation, if you've not got a greenhouse to start off the cold hardy stuff, then you're going to have to take things indoors for the moment, because that weather's going to shift in a week or so. We're going to be looking at minus temperatures again, so seeds are going to struggle to germinate, especially if it drops low enough to freeze that compost. So just keep your eye on your weather wherever you are, because those frosts are coming back. So keep your fleece handy. I've got my fleece under benches and it'll stay there probably until mid-April. Where I am, our last frost date is second week in May. So that's a big chunk of year gone by before you've even got to a safe point for your plants. So don't put your fleece or your bubble wrap away just yet. And I have been asked by a couple of people about growing carrots, starting carrots off now. And for me personally, I'd wait until March at least. We're still going to get those drops in temperatures. We've got risks of snow. And it depends on your situation as well. If you're going to direct sow them outside, then it's going to be a bit too damp, and that ground is going to freeze solid at some point over the next few weeks, I'm sure. So it won't really be feasible to start your carrots off outside now. We've got them in that container, as you've seen, but they've been going for quite a while, because we know they're not really going to grow much over the next couple of months because of weather. But they are already established, so they're fine to just sit there until weather starts to pick up in spring, and then they'll get a fresh spurt of growth on. You could sow some carrot seeds in containers if you wanted to try that in your greenhouse, but you'd need to keep them covered up with fleece as well. Carrots are very cold hardy, but when you're trying to start new carrots, you've got quite a long way to go. Carrots take a long time to germinate, and that's even in spring and summer. So at this time of year, they're going to take a lot longer. So that's up to you. If you want to pop a few in a container and try them, get them wrapped up nice and snug with fleece and bubble wrap, and see if you can get anything from it. But for me personally, I wouldn't start any carrots off at this time of year. We've only got those because they've been going for quite a while. And also don't forget, you've got to direct sow your carrot seeds. You can't plant them into little cells and then take them out and transplant them after, because that won't work. So anything that you do has got to be a drill in some compost, just a long shallow line, and just sprinkle a few seeds in and cover them up. That's direct sowing, and that's the only way that you can grow things like carrots and parsnips. Otherwise they end up all misshapen and forked, or they just don't grow really well at all. So I'll leave that one with a couple of people that did mention carrots to me yesterday. And I've only come back in here this morning because I thought I'd left those plants outside that I put out for a bit of rainwater, and considering last night got really gusty, I was a bit worried they might have got blown off at bench. But as it happens, they're right there. I did actually take them back in, and this is something that you don't expect to see at this time of year. Got a little ladybird sat on that pot. It's amazing that they're actually around this time of year. Obviously this greenhouse is offering that little bit of protection, so I'll put that back and it can do all it wants. But that's pretty much the only reason I came in here today. But what I am going to do is pop indoors and take a look at these peppers, as I promised yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, at the very most, it might only be a week, we soaked some pepper seeds in a weak tea solution, because that softens that outer shell and helps them germinate a lot quicker. And anybody that's ever grown peppers knows that peppers can take up to a month to germinate. Usually to the point where you think you're going to get nothing at all, and then all of a sudden they appear. Well, because we soaked them in tea, that helps to speed that up quite a bit. So we'll pop indoors and we'll have a look at those seeds that we've got on a heat mat with a couple of lights above them, and see how they're getting on. Because if you're trying to get an head start on your peppers at this time of year, although I know a lot of people wait until February to do those, if you want to start them off now, you've got to start them indoors. They've got to be in an airing cupboard or somewhere where it's nice and constantly warm, around 70 degrees or more, or on a neat mat, and then you're going to need artificial light to bring those plants on. Otherwise you're just going to end up with really long leggy peppers, and then that entire process will have been a bit of a waste of time, to be fair. So if you can't provide them with any of that, just wait until February, March and then sow your seeds. And again, sow them indoors, because you're still going to get really cold days and nights right up until May. I also was asked about the bed that I'm going to do, the one where I'm going to chuck in multiple varieties of seeds because they're really old and I want to try and get something from them rather than just chucking them away. And I was asked what you're going to do when they start growing if you have to move, which we know is going to come up at some point, we just don't know when. But the idea behind that is a lot of these seeds are going to be things like salads, radish, spinach, things like that, with a few other varieties of things chucked in. There might be beetroots, swedes, turnips, and of course they're a long grow, but we're going to have plenty of things in there that can be growing and ready in just a few weeks, especially as salad leaves. So it's still worth doing. And then this afternoon I'll be ordering all my fresh seeds for 2024. So it's a sit down afternoon, go through everything and just select everything that I need. And people that's asked about the seeds as well, I get my seeds off eBay from a place called Premier Seeds or Just Seed, which is another one that I've used in the past. And they're very cheap for seeds. And you also get 15 to 20% off when you order 6 or more different varieties of seeds, and then you'll also get free postage. So all in all, the seeds usually work out somewhere between 70 and 90 pence a pack, and when you're considering you get packs of onion seeds with probably 1,000 seeds in there, it's well worth having a look. So don't go to all these really expensive shops and buy these top quality, as they call them, packs of seeds. Just go on eBay, look up Premier Seeds or Just Seed, and just order everything you need for new season from that place, and then you'll get a big discount and you'll get free postage as well. And they are really good quality seeds, and I've been using them for quite a few years and I've never had a problem. Let's pop inside, take a look, see how we're going on with these peppers, because I have got a few jobs to do this afternoon, one of them being using up the leftover turkey, because I don't like to waste anything. So we're going to be on cooking channel at some point today, and I'm going to be making a really creamy turkey curry. So if that interests you, pop over to cooking channel and have a look, and then it'll be sorting my seeds out. Let's go and look at these peppers. I'll leave camera in here because it is a little bit lighter than that front room. I'll just go and grab those peppers and show you how they've come on over the last week or so. We have got them in that front room, as I said, on an heat mat, and we've got a couple of those cheap LED lights above them just to bring them on when they germinate. And surprisingly, after only a week, some of these peppers have actually germinated, which is great news because we've got some early peppers already on the way. And we had this little tub here, and I did say when we looked at it before, after seeing germination, that I was pretty sure it's spinach. But now, when you do that, you know exactly what it is. That's basil. It's come on quite a bit since we last looked at it, and you can see that it's got those basil leaves that you can tell a mile away. The last time we looked at them, you couldn't really tell, but that dead giveaway is when you just rub one of those leaves, and that unmistakable scent of basil is all you need to know. So once again, they're doing quite well in an old margarine pot. But these are the peppers that we did, and these are the long red sweet bell peppers. They can grow up to a foot long. We tried them for something different earlier this year, and that's the seeds so far. You can see we've got these tiny little peppers growing there. And considering it's not been much time at all, they're on the way. And you'll also notice that they're not stretched at all, which is a problem you're going to get if you don't give your plants artificial light at this time of year. They're going to stretch for light and become leggy. So we just keep the light a couple of inches above these seedlings, and that's all they need. And then they won't stretch at all, and when time comes, which is going to be quite a while yet, we can pot them on and get ourselves quite a few already established peppers before we even get into spring. At the moment, we've got 6 established plants that's come up, but I can see there's a couple more on the way. So 6 to 8 out of 12 is not a bad average for growing them at this time of year. So I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm going to get these back on that heat mat under those lights and try and bring these plants on a little bit more. It's just a good start to the year to see a little bit of progress, albeit slow. Even if you are doing it indoors, you are getting something started. And since yesterday, we have had quite a few people that said they're going to get some onions started. And why not? Because onions are so cold hardy. They're the first things that you're going to start in the season. You can do your onions, you can do some spring onions, and in January you can put in some shallots because they're also very cold hardy. So we have got some things coming up over the next couple of weeks. But for now, I'm going to get prepped, make up that creamy turkey curry, get those seeds ordered, and then maybe I'll do another quiz for his quiz channel. Thank you so much for still being on board with this channel as we approach the new year. And I look forward to hearing what everybody's going to be doing in 2024. And if you're not already part of the channel and you just happened across it and you want to see what we're going to be doing as we approach the new season, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care.